Well then, hello everyone to all the noises of it all. This is the sorry about that is outside of my help, but I hope you can hear me. It's me, the angry anime fan, the despair reviewer, and this is Boku no Hero Academia chapter 226 chapter. And it's a very strange chapter to be perfectly honest. I mean, people have had mixed opinions on this one. What are my opinions? Well, I don't feel like it's that bad, but I'm still pretty surprised by it. It's difficult really to tell what is going on here. Don't get me wrong, Himiko Toga is definitely a psychotic and a sociopath, but at the same time, when you read this chapter, you just wonder, is she even aware of that? Does she not care about that, or is what we see not the same as she sees it? Either way, in this chapter we see a little flashback back then when everyone was so surprised. In fact, it's worth noting that Toga's line is actually crossed out. Is that possibly implying that Himiko Toga's name is not a name after all? Either way, a student saw someone attacking a boy called Saito-kun. It's not exactly stated if that boy is dead, although a news reporter did say attacked and inflicted heavily injuries. So, well, it's not exactly stated, but this was the time when she ate blood, and when she did, her face was full of ecstasy or something. And even her own parents dishonored her. Well, granted, after what has happened, it's no wonder. They apologized for what has happened, and they couldn't make up to it, and called her a demon, because it's revealed that she even showed dead animals to her family, and because she sucked the blood of it all. Yes, Himiko Toga was truly a very disturbed child, but for some reason, not for the same reason as many psychopaths. She wasn't raised in a psychotic behavior, although her parents did complain that she needed to be normal. She just somehow became psychotic. According to Curious, though, it's a different reason, but Toga doesn't seem to care about that reason. It's that she feels that Toga is the embodiment of the dark side of the hero society. So when Toga begins to fall down, she begins to pull a monologue on how she feels like Himiko Toga's life is. Her quirk is called concealing, a correctional program. Uh, I mean, no, wait. I really don't know if her quirk was called canceling, but no. It's no, sorry. It's not that Toga's quirk is called canceling, because after all, the Meta Liberation Armies do not call their quirks for quirks. Apparently, there is something called quirk canceling. It's a correctional program designed to help youth understand other and adjust to living in modern society. And it's not perfect, and those who filled it up ended up feeling more distant from others, because she proclaims that Toga was born with a special ability and always had been drawn to blood. She always felt some things were cute. However, her bloodlust seems to have overcome her. What Curious seems to say is that the admiration is the normal feeling everyone experiences, but blood and admiration is an unfortunate pairing that will never be accepted by society. The two aren't just compatible. That's why you hid your true face, you put on a mask and suppress yourself. And we see in the flashback that her parents said that you should stop smiling and you look some kind of deviant, and why can't you just be normal, live your life normally? Which seems to imply that why Toga is so angry at this one. And this seems to suggest she has been psychotic ever since she was young. But again, there's something about this chapter that puts a different spin on Himiko Toga's psychoticness. But the thing is, I cannot really put it in good enough words. Curious seems to believe that her quirk is what made her being drawn to blood and wanting to see blood. basically saying that it's the quirk's fault that Toga is so messed up, and the power to drink blood is not something that is acceptable in society. However, Toga appears to not really care about stuff like that. What people call normal is not normal to her. And it's not the fact that she hid who she really was. In fact, I'm starting to feel that maybe Toga didn't hid who she was at all. Maybe she really did show this. It's just that she suppressed things in all. So Curious hits her with a powerful, well, high quality attack and say that you're normal and therefore you will die and become a tragedy and your soul will become a wildly discussed switch over a century. But then Toga suddenly shuts to life as even more and she says that she is feels like Curious is annoying. And here is what makes this all so pretty strange. Yes, Toga doesn't like to hear the word normal because that's what her parents always said about her. But the thing is, she smiles when she's happy, she says. And just like all people kiss people they love, I suck the blood of the people they love. In the end, it seems to imply that what Himiko Toga is a victim of is her own reasons. What is normal to society is not normal to her. She doesn't see anything wrong in this. Not only because she is psychotic, no, because this is her way of showing affection. She's attracted to blood, yes, but she's attracted to people. People kiss each other when, I mean, a boyfriend and a girlfriend, or maybe even the same, kiss each other when they're in love or stuff like that. She sucked the people out of people she loved. The boy she attacked, yes, she did give a mortal wound and possibly killed a boy, but that was her twisted way of showing affection. That is the reason behind the twisted mind that is Himiko Toga. And then she suddenly changed into Uchaku, which revealed she has still a large amount of supply. But it's here that we see the most disturbing thing of it all. It's actually revealed, it's not exactly revealed if this has happened because Toga's quirk evolved during, well, you know, in the face of danger, or this was always a power she had, she just didn't show it. In fact, this power was widely hinted at in a prototype chapter by Hirokishi-san himself. And this is where a lot of people called trash and saying it's so much bogus. And I'm just saying to you people, can you guys make up your mind already? You complain when a hero get a superpower, and you complain when a villain that has despair, mind you, bringing despair that all of you people like. You complain about that too. Make up your mind already. What is it that you don't really like? Don't you like the despair? I hate despair. But do I dislike this? Well, the only thing I dislike about this is the fact that the despair has just been grown. Because now Toga is arguably an even greater threat than before. So what is that? Well, it turns out that she can slightly copy people's quirks through their blood. By ingesting the blood of someone and changing into someone that is others, as well as having fled from police and heroes. She has been attuned to how people behave, and she's that is why schoolgirl, because that's the way everything is nice to him. And now she's using Uchako's quirk because it turns out that is the secret power of her. Well, you know, of her quirk. And this also brings up another interesting question. The professor, Uchiko, or Dr. Tsubasa, whoever you want to call him, is still creating the high-end normals, despite the fact that All for One is one of the reasons why the normals were created. This seems to bring forth the question that maybe quirks really is related to the blood, because Toga took Ochako's blood, changed into her, therefore she changed into her body as well, and therefore she has her quirk. As Toga proclaims she's gonna live normally, love normally, and die normally, she will fall all love again as she disable the levitations that she used on Curious and crushes her on the ground with enormous amount of blood spilling. And unlike Uchako, she literally bent her to the ground, possibly implying that, yeah, Curious just died. Well, that was that was fast. If this is all what it takes to kill Curious, I don't really know what I can say. Am I disappointed about that? Well, I said it before, the Meta Liberation Army is not gonna succeed, because the League of Villains are the only real serious threat here, as much as dangerous the Meta Liberation Army is. So what better way than to take out the commanders we know nothing about? We only need an established character moment from them, and then they can die for all I care. And so the chapter ends with Toga proclaiming that I don't want to kill for the sake of some big guy, but I just can't help it. After all, Tomura-kun will destroy everything I don't like. So yeah, Toga is a twisted girl, but she's also a very strange girl. It is almost impossible to figure out her mind. Don't get me wrong, again, I know she is psychotic. It's just that I cannot understand why is she psychotic. Do you know Lord Dominator or whoever was in this live stream? Because yes, I did a live stream in this chapter just because. So yeah, she is a really messed up girl. But is she messed up because the quirk made her that way? Was she born this way? Or was she just something else? She was called the eldest daughter of the Toga family. And yet her name was crossed out in the years. I wonder. But in the end, maybe, this is all just Toga's way of showing affection. A very sick way. But for some strange reason it makes sense.